Hey y'all, it's Kim. So it shows Jeffrey Epstein household manual. So I'm on the document cloud. People like from different newsrooms and stuff like that will upload documents that I guess they've scoured from the internet. So I'm taking advantage of that. But it's a household manual, okay? 358 El Brio Way. That's Jeffrey Epstein's Palm Beach, Florida home. It's since been demolished, but it's probably the best thing in the world that could happen to a home that had so many ghosts, we'll just call it, happen there. 33480. So it says list of contents, introduction, grooming and guest relations, proper language, answering the telephone, pre-arrival information gathering, guest pickup and drop off, escorting guests to their rooms, pre-arrival preparations, master bedroom, bathroom toiletries, Miss Maxwell's bathroom, Miss Maxwell's bathroom toiletry, guest rooms, guest bathrooms, bathroom toiletries, all bathrooms, exterior, the cabana, vehicles and bicycles, interior, prepare and purchase shopping list. See pages 30 through 32 for the list. Daily duties while Mr. Epstein, Miss Maxwell, and guests are in residence, morning preparation, pool area, cabana, kitchen, downstairs areas, master bedroom, master bathroom, Miss Maxwell's bathroom, guest rooms, early evening before you leave at night, and then shopping list. There's pre-arrival on hand at all times. Cleaning schedule, daily, weekly, monthly, week 1, 2, 3, every 6 months, April and October. Maintenance schedule, check every month, check every 3 months, March, June, September, December. Check every 6 months, April to October, and the bedroom cleaning, bathroom cleaning, laundry and dry cleaning, office supplies, mail and deliveries, resetting the telephone, serving breakfast, standby duties, emergency procedures, supplement, contact telephone numbers. So, introduction, this manual is designed to give you the proper guidance and assistance to perform your duties to the best of your ability while ensuring a consistently high level of service. Gathering as much information as possible will help you with the day-to-day running of the home. By using your communication skills, listening and observing, you'll be able to anticipate the needs of Mr. Epstein, Miss Maxwell, and their guests. Checklists will assist you in making sure that all tasks have been completed and that not even the smallest details have been overlooked. I have a feeling Ghislaine Maxwell put this together. That's just my thought. It just seems like something very like Britishy or something. Anyway, that's cool. Whatever. That's just my thought. So, grooming and guest relations. Appearance is extremely important if high standards are to be maintained. A favorable first impression goes a long way. Personal cleanliness, good presentation, and a genuine and polite aim to please approach are very important. Trying to anticipate the needs of Mr. Epstein, Miss Maxwell, and their guests. Make guests feel pampered and welcomed. Always address guests by their name. Mr. Smith or Miss Smith. Do not discuss personal problems with guests. Be cautious of voice levels and noise while working in rooms, kitchen, and hallways. Unobtrusive is the key. Remember that you see nothing, hear nothing, say nothing except to answer a question directed at you. Respect their privacy. Use your judgment when conveying information to Mr. Epstein. If the matter is not urgent, leave a note for him clearly stating what it is you need to know. Wear the appropriate clothing while Mr. Epstein, Miss Maxwell, and their guests are in residence. Dark blue trousers with white golf shirts to be worn daily. Long sleeve white shirts for dinner service. Items in pockets must not create a bulge or be visible. And do not address Mr. Epstein, Miss Maxwell, and their guests with your hands in your pockets. Do not eat or drink in front of Mr. Epstein, Miss Maxwell, and their guests. Do not chew gum. When you're attending to Mr. Epstein, Miss Maxwell, and their guests, cellular phones must be placed on vibrate. At no time should these phones ring. Avoid using strong perfume or aftershave lotion. This could cause an allergic reaction. Channel all questions and concerns to the estate manager and smile. So what's kind of weird is that Miss Maxwell is running throughout this document. So obviously they had some kind of like major relationship, and I'm pretty sure the courts figured that out. But I mean, it's just like her name keeps coming up, so obviously she was way more involved. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Proper language. What you say is as important as what you do. Your language must include good diction and exclude swear words and slang. Pay attention to how you speak to Mr. Epstein, Miss Maxwell, and their guests. You do not say, yeah, sure, no problem. You bet, gotcha, right. I don't know. You do say, yes, Mr. Of course, Mrs. or Miss. My pleasure. It is no trouble at all. With pleasure. I would be very pleased to. You're quite right. I have no idea, but I will find out immediately. To a compliment, you say, you're very kind. Thank you, Miss. And I enjoy doing it. To a justified criticism or mistake, you say, I'm very sorry. It will not happen again. It was completely my fault. I will make the changes immediately. To a guest, you say, if I can be of any additional assistance, please let me know. Is there anything else that you might need? I'm very pleased that you enjoyed your stay, Mr. It was lovely to see you again, Mrs. Okay. What to say when entering a room? May I come in? What to say after entering the room? Greet Mr. Epstein, Miss Maxwell, and other in their guests. Good morning, Mr. You do not expound on the weather or any other subject unless asked. You have no idea how they're feeling. You provide your service, then ask, is there anything else I might do for you? And if not, leave the room. Answering the telephone. How you answer the telephone will leave a long-lasting impression on all those who call. It immediately tells the caller the service standard. When you answer the phone, the quality of your voice is of utmost importance. The person on the other end of the line cannot see your expression or gesture, so any impression that person receives depends entirely on your voice. Speak clearly and distinctly. Do not slam down the receiver at any time. All calls should be answered in 3 rings or less. If the incoming line is one of Mr. Epstein's or Miss Maxwell's, answer as follows. Good morning, afternoon, evening. Epstein, Maxwell residence. If Mr. Epstein or Miss Maxwell have advised that they do not wish to receive any calls, you are to reply as follows. Mr. Epstein, Miss Maxwell is not available. May I take a message? Complete a phone message slip with the following information: name spelled correctly, date and time of call, telephone number, including the area code. Place a message on the pantry countertop if it is for Mr. Epstein and for Miss Maxwell on her desk. If Mr. Epstein and Miss Maxwell choose to receive a call, you will reply as follows. May I ask who is calling? In just a moment, please. Ring the extension where they are located and advise them who's calling. There is a do not disturb setting on the telephone system. This option is to be set as directed in the pre-arrival checkoff list. Telephone directories are to be updated every 6 months or as the new telephone directories are available. A copy of Mr. Epstein and Miss Maxwell's telephone directories must be placed to the right of each telephone except for the guest rooms. Always check that there are notepads and pens. These must be placed to the right of each telephone. A pair of reading glasses must be placed in front of each telephone except for the guest rooms. An extension card must be placed under the front of each telephone. Oh, I guess I was thinking, I thought it was a misspelling. An extension card with the actual extensions, under the front of each telephone. Got it. Okay, got it. I just misunderstood. Okay, unless otherwise instructed, never disclose Mr. Epstein or Miss Maxwell's activities or whereabouts to anyone. If the caller is insistent, you simply ask to take a message, a time, and a number where the caller can be reached. Do not be bullied and do not show any reaction to impatience. Simply be firm. Advise Miss Maxwell of any strange telephone calls or inquiries. Advise Miss Maxwell of any unusual behavior, such as strangers lurking around the vicinity of the property. Insurance gates to the property must remain closed when Mr. Epstein is not in residence. The security of the house and of Mr. Epstein, Miss Maxwell, and their guests is your first consideration and should be utmost in your consciousness. Okay. So pre-arrival information gathering. This is all the information necessary to meet the needs of Mr. Epstein, Miss Maxwell, and their guests. If possible, this should be done 24 hours prior to arrival. Obtain a list of all guests who would be joining Mr. Epstein and Miss Maxwell. Confirm travel itinerary. Ask about any special requests or dietary requirements. Ask about any gifts that Mr. Epstein may want placed in the guest rooms. Get guest pickup and drop off. All guests should have a staff member waiting for them at the appropriate terminal gate. Double check arrival information. Always have a written copy of the guest travel itinerary, flight arrival times, etc. on hand. Check the number of people in the party to ensure that the vehicle can accommodate all arriving guests. If you're unfamiliar with the guest, prepare a sign clearly stating the guest's name. Welcome the guest by name. Advise guest of your name. Offer to carry any luggage that guests may have with them and escort guests to luggage pickup area if necessary. Gather luggage and escort guests to vehicle. Advise guests on travel time. Provide demographics on the area. Keep conversation to a minimum. When you're driving Mr. Epstein or Miss Maxwell, keep your hands on the wheel. Your cell phone should be placed on vibrate. At no time should you answer private calls. Escorting guests to their room. Upon arrival, gather guests' belongings and escort to pre-assigned room. Inquire from guests where they would like their luggage and place it appropriately. Offer to unpack luggage. Show guests how to use the telephone. Show guests how to use the remote control for the television, and then ask the guests to complete emergency contact information form and return to you. Ask guests if they have any allergies, food allergies. Ask guests what they would like to be served for breakfast and at what time, and tell guests to enjoy their stay and let them know how you may be reached. Okay, I'm going to stop it here and then just keep working on this document. This is kind of wild to see the inside workings of that household. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.